afford a present, but you know how it is.
That's all right. Thanks very much.
Hey, who's that one from?
Oh, Tim. Lad I used to know. Postman brought it this morning.
Love and Kisses Tim.
I met him at a dance months ago. He keeps pestering me to go out, but I don't fancy.
Sounds dishy to me.
Oh, don't put it there. Well, it's me dad. If he sees it, he'll stop mithering me and asking questions.
Hey, he's a bit strict like your dad, isn't he?
Oh, he tries to be. But I can always get round him when I have to. Hey, did you get them records off that friend of yours?
Oh, Margaret, I'm getting them this afternoon. Is Dennis Tanner coming to your party?
I don't know. I've not heard from him yet.
Oh, he'll probably just roll up at the last minute, you know. Anyway, I'd best be going.
School?
Yeah, one more exam and will I be glad.
Post just come, Sandra. Hello, Lucille.
Hello, Miss Petty.
There's the card you were expecting.
Miss Sandra Petty requests the pleasure of your company on the occasion of her 19th birthday.
Here, what's this? You are hereby summoned to attend the county court.
Eh?
February 1959. It's that flaming bag you bought and never paid for.
What am I going to do about this? A right mess I'm in.
Hey, I remember him. Wasn't a bad fella either. Till I found out he had a wife and 6 kids in Nebraska.
I don't want to hurt the girl's feelings, but still.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, I've been wondering where them I got to.
Well, get rid of them.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for a photo of the boys at Burton Wood. I must have slung it out or something.
What do you want it for?
To show Tom Schofield. You never know. There might be somebody on it that he knows. And put that away before you do yourself an injury.
Request the pleasure. I get myself into some right messes, don't I?
Well, why don't you go?
Because, Mother, the girl happens to be crazy about me. And if I go to this party, it'll only encourage her.
Hey up.
So what am I going to do?
I think she wants her head looking at.
I'll have to figure something out.
Here, don't you think it'd be much easier to go than sitting there and thinking about it and telling a load of lies?
She's 19. Oh, why can't she go and fish in some other pond?
Because she has run out of worms, and you are the only fish that will rise to her bait. You sent her a card, haven't you?
I don't believe in sending cards, it's bourgeois.
Aye, and it's good manners and all.
I've got it.
I'll send her one.
I can't go to this party tonight, do you know why?
Go on, I'll buy it.
Because Mr. Gerard has asked me to go to a lecture on modern perming methods.
Is that the best you can do?
It's straight up, ma'am. Honest. He's always asking me to go to these lectures, and I've always slung him a deaf'un.
Look, Dennis, do you honestly mean to tell me that you would rather go to a lecture than go to a party?
Well, I mean, first fur, isn't it? When she hears that I've got to represent the Salon tonight, there's nothing else she can do, is there?
Oh, yes, I've made a few changes.
So I see.
The thing is, Mrs. Linley wasn't organised, didn't utilise space enough, a bit too sloppy, you know.
She was all right. I reckon she managed okay for herself.
Not enough imagination. You see, young lady, when you take over a shop or a business, any business, doesn't matter what it is, you've got to stamp a fresh image on it. Your image. Do you see? Do you understand? I mean, if a person comes through that door, he's got to feel this newness, this image. Do you see? Do you understand? Right. Right, then you better get off to school then, hadn't you?
When you take over a new business, you've got to stamp your image on it. Do you see? Do you understand? Are you going potty? Oh, it's Gunga Din. He's driving us now. What do you want? She's not here.
Oh, well, in that case, I don't want anything. I'm just going round to the social club, see what I'm letting myself in
Morning,
for.
morning, morning. Oh, good morning, sunset and evening star.
Sandra!
Well, you're keen, aren't you, courting her at this time of day?
It only takes the smallest axe to cut down the biggest tree.
What's that supposed to mean?
Them, women, cutting and hacking away at our independence.
Timber!
Yes.
Oh, could I have a word with Sandra, Mr. Petty, please?
Oh. Sandra!
Well, are you two going?
Where? Hello, Dennis. Did you want to see me?
Yes, I did. It's about the party tonight. Now, I can't stop long because I'm in a bit of a hurry, but I won't be able to make it. You see, I've got a lecture to attend.
Oh, what?
There's a fella coming up from London to address us on modern changing hairstyles in the world. It's Mr. Valentine, a very important man in our line of
And
business.
if you believe that, you'll believe anything.
I understand, Dennis.
You see, Mr. Gerard has asked me to represent the Salon tonight, and, well, it's my job, isn't it? I'm sorry and all that.
It's all right, Dennis.
Oh, well,
I know what you mean.
Thank you. I just thought I'd let you know. Well, I'll be off then. Hope you enjoy the party.
Thanks.
Ta-ra.
See ya.
It's a bit daft, really, I suppose, anyway. Having a birthday party at my age.
Oh, I don't know. I like parties. The only trouble is I never get an invite.
Oh.
Yeah, especially birthday parties.
Hey, tell you what. I bet if you're forced to, you'd come.
Oh, I shall miss you. It won't be the same without you.
Give it a week and you won't know I've gone.
Oh, I will, Ina. You've got a terrible temper and you've said some nasty things to me, but I'll miss you just the same.
I'll miss you and all. Hey, what are we on about? I'm only going for 3 weeks, any road. That'll be our time.
Oh, I'll go. Oh, it's Miss Nugent. It's Miss Nugent.
Oh, good morning.
Morning, Mrs.
Minnie,
Sharp.
give us that list.
What list?
That piece of paper you've been sat on.
Oh, list.
Yes, a list of the things I want you to do while I'm away.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Item number 1, keep the kids away from my harmonium. Hey, I wonder if it's still his favourite tune.
What, Ina?
Our Tom, let me call you sweetheart. Never hear enough of it. Hey, who's looking after the place while I've gone?
Well, that's a rather difficult problem. I was wondering if Mrs. Caldwell here wouldn't mind doing
Oh,
it.
no, I wouldn't mind. That is if
Do you remember
Ina...
that fall you had 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Oh, Ina, I'm sure I could manage.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you could. And then when I come back, I'll be wet nursing you for 6 weeks until you got over it. No, I think you better find somebody else, Miss Nugent.
Hello, all.
Hello.
Well, how do you like it?
Not bad. By gum, you fellas spend brass like waters, and no one out there would have done just as well.
Hello, Miss Nugent.
You leave on Wednesday, don't you?
Yes, 1 o'clock plane from Ringway.
You must find it very exciting visiting a new country. I rather envy you, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know it'll be much different than here. Everywhere you go, you'll find a street like this, and folk very much the same.
Yes.
Oh, there's something here might interest you, Albert.
Why?
By the way, we've run out of washing powder, Mrs. Walker.
No, love, there's a new tin not opened yet.
Oh, I didn't see it.
In the kitchen.
Oh.
I see you've got your ring back all right, I'm glad.
Oh, yeah, it turns up all right. It's surprising how easy it is to lose, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. But if I were you, love, I'd have it seen to. It must be a bit loose.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Ah, here it is. You remember when you were on about the pensions?
Aye.
Well, just take a look at that.
Jane Mansfield robbed us.
No, not that. Up here, top of page.
Never shifty. You mean that about the steel?
Ah, read it.
Government offers £660 million compensation to steel owners.
Oh, that I've read about that before.
When the terms of compensation were announced, £80 million was added to steel share prices in minutes. You see what you mean, Jack. They can't afford to give it to the old age pensioners last winter, but they can lash it out to these steel barons.
Exactly.
Hey, now, just hold on a minute. They're entitled to compensation, aren't they?
Well, I'll be off now, then, Mrs. Walker. Better get a light under the old fella's dinner.
Oh, aye, what's he having?
Kippers.
Now the best of luck.
Oh, you cheeky thing. So that. Hey, cheer up, you. We don't want it raining.
Oh, I haven't made a carrot all week.
Hello,
I can't sell a policy. Well, what do you expect? Folks are skinned just after Whitsun.
Hey, I tell you where you might cop. Nina Sharples.
Well, she's going to America.
Aye, and she's flying all the way. 3,000 miles over all that water.
Hey, oh, it could happen, couldn't it?
Now, really, Mr. Moffat, the last thing we want to do is to frighten poor Mrs. Sharples at this stage.
But he'll flog her a policy, won't he?
Oh, I don't know. Even the winds of heaven wouldn't dare drag a plane down if it had got Ina Sharples on
Hi,
board.
Jack.
Oh,
Well, do I look different?
in what way?
No, just as repulsive as ever.
I haven't had a fag since 10 o'clock last night.
Why, what's up? Are you skinned?
Oh, packed it in. I threw the last one away and I said, Stan Ogden, that's it. Finish. Kaput. I feel better for it, too.
Hey, I'm proud of you, mate. Well, now that you've given up the weed, perhaps you'd like to invest your money that you'll save in a policy.
You are? That's where it's going, mate. Why do you think I stopped?
Here you are, Cheyenne. Tea's brewed.
Oh, well, brain's better than brawn any day.
All right, well, look, if you're going over there tonight, you won't want any tea, will you?
No, I'll get some at work.
Come in. Hello. Oh, hello, love. We were just talking about you, weren't we, Dennis? Won't you sit down and have a cup of tea with us?
Oh, no, thanks. I've just come to thank Dennis for the card he sent me. It was lovely.
A card?
The card you gave me to post, you know.
yeah.
He picked it himself, you know, love, didn't you, Dennis?
Yes, I did. I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, it was smashing. I suppose you'll be coming to my party now, after all.
Eh? Oh, I'm afraid not, love. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah,
You see, there's nothing I'd like nicer than to come to your party, but like I said this morning, it's this lecture I have to attend to, you know. I mean, there's no tell stopping me.
Oh, good, because there is no lecture. It's been cancelled.
What? What's been cancelled?
Says so in here. The fellow that was to give it, he's had an accident. So you'll be able to come to my party after all.
Well, aren't you lucky?
He's sticking his time, isn't he?
There's your passport back, and here's the visa form you have to fill in. It's all very straightforward, Mrs. Sharples. Questions like, have you a letter from your bank regarding your financial capacity to defray your expenses?
Bank? I've got a pot dog on the sideboard, but there's no note in it.
Hot dog?
My aunt is staying with relatives, members of the family.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, now, you'll find a writing desk over here, Mrs. Sharples, and if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask.
I'll manage.
Hot dog?
Yes, hot dog. You know, it's a... I don't know what it is. She's a little eccentric.
Have you ever applied for immigration to U.S.? No.
What's that bird doing up there, Ina?
Oh, shut up. How can I concentrate on you going on there about birds? How long have you lived in the country where you are applying for a visa? You see, how old am I?
Well, I don't mind England, but it's the weather.
Yes, it's terrible, isn't it?
Shocking. My wife never stops complaining, but what can you do?
How long have you been over here?
1 year, 8 months, and 5 days.
Oh, well, that didn't take long.
Thank you. Yes. You haven't signed it, Mrs. Sharples.
Oh.
You did read Section 30, didn't you?
What does it say? Yeah, it's very small print. You read it.
Just routine, really. At least in your case it is. I'll just read the relevant parts. U.S. law prohibits the issuance of any visa to a person who has a dangerous, contagious disease, such as tuberculosis, or has suffered a serious mental illness, or is a narcotics addict or trafficker, or has a criminal record, including one involving an offense against public morals.
Oh!
Or is or has been a member of the Communist Party or any affiliated organizations, unless...
That's enough. That's it.
What's
Forget
wrong?
it.
Something the matter?
If going to America means you can pry into my private affairs, you can forget it.
Well, I'm afraid I have to ask you these questions. It's all stated quite clearly here under Section 30, Mrs. Sharples.
Look, it's just routine. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means something, but... Oh, Auntie, please sign the form.
Young man, do you believe in democracy?
Of course. Naturally, I believe in democracy.
And democracy means being able to live your own life without any interference, thinking what you like, saying what you like.
Oh, no.
Up to a point it does.
Never mind up to a point. Does it or doesn't it? Well?
Yes, definitely.
Well, then what are you asking me all these silly questions for?
Well, Mr. Schofield.
Look, it's the law, Antina. You see, your government asks questions similar to that, too.
Of course.
It only goes to prove that you're all tarred with the same brush. Passports, visas, forms. No wonder there's trouble in the world. Look, I'm just an old woman that wants to see her brother. She hasn't seen him in 40 years. What's so terrible about that? It shouldn't matter if my maiden name's Khrushchev.
Pardon?
Now, look, in theory, we all agree with you. But we have to accept things the way they are. Now, for Pete's sake, will you please sign the form?
No, I will not. My mind's me own and my opinion's me own. I will not be dictated to by a scrap of paper.
Hello. Are them the records you borrowed?
Yeah. Hey, did you know Roger's coming and all?
Oh, good. Dennis is coming too, so it's okay.
Oh, aren't you lucky?
Yeah. Hey, how did that exam go he took today?
Well, not so bad. I did better than I expected.
Oh, good. Do us a favour, then. There's 42 4pennies, 36 tuppennies, 12.6 and a tan of post orders. Well, what's it come up to? I can't add up.
I'm not so good myself.
Hello there.
Roger, where have you sprung from?
Well, I called round to Mrs. Walker's and you said you were here.
Oh, you two haven't met, have you? This is Roger Wain. He's coming to your party tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
Smashing.
This is Sandra Petty.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, while you're here, can you do us a favour?
What's that?
Add this lot up for us, will you?
Your aunt is a very difficult woman, Mr. Schofield.
Yep, she is the old Schofield streak, all right. Stubborn as a mule. But look, you and I both know that these questions don't apply to her.
Then all she has to do is sign the form.
What do you reckon I ought to do, Minnie?
Well, I can't help feeling sorry for Tom.
He does look washed out, doesn't he? Oh, come on, let's get it over with. All right, give me your form, I'll sign it.
All right, last.
Now you're being sensible, Mrs. Sharples.
Well, I don't know so much about that, but anything for the quiet life. What do we want to make fingerprints next?
Yeah, my aunt has a great sense of humor. She's always kidding.
Was that all right?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Come on, Minnie. Let's get out of here. Good afternoon.
Excuse me, but can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a bird is that you've got hung on the wall?
That bird is an eagle, Mrs. Caldwell. The American eagle.
Yes, it's our national emblem.
An eagle? Oh, it's got a right mean face, hasn't it? Very shift-eyed. I'd tack it down if I were you.
There you are, thank you.
Ta.
That's right, love. Thank you, Mrs. Walker. I'll just enter it in the book.
You know, Jack and I are looking forward to this trip to the Speedwell Caverns. We don't get out very often these days.
Yes, it you proved most interesting and enjoyable. Right, there we are. Goodbye, Mrs. Walker.
Good night, love.
Excuse me, Miss Nugent, could I have a word with you?
What about?
I'd like you to do me a small favour, if you don't mind.
Well, yes, if I can, I will, but what is it you want me to do exactly?
Well, just sit down there, and I'll tell you. It won't take long. You know?
It all sounds a little mysterious to me, Dennis.
Will you do it, though?
What, you want me to phone the corner shop at 7:15?
But it must be bang on 1:15. Oh, like I said, it's just a little game I'm playing on, Sandra, with it being a birthday, like, you know.
All right, Dennis, I'll do it, providing it isn't anything unpleasant.
Oh, no, I can assure you, Miss Nugent, it's nothing but a simple, harmless joke.
Yes.
Yes,
Hey, you tell him about yet.
I don't know. Where's she gone for them records?
Wish she'd come, at least she'd brighten things up. I mean, look at her sitting there. That rotten Dennis doesn't turn up, I'll wring his neck.
Yeah, well, it is a bit dead, isn't it? Why don't we all go down to the social club? We could have all got in. It was a great place.
Hey, why don't you get up? I feel rotten us dancing and her just sitting there.
Why? And if Irma comes in through that door, we'll pay popped up, like.
Well, perhaps I should ask her to dance. What's wrong? I mean, it is her party.
Well, anyway, the problem's solved. Here comes Laughing Boy.
Hello, Sandra. I'm sorry I'm a bit late, but I had a bit of important business to attend to. Hi, Roger, Lucille.
That time you showed up now.
I'll get lost. May I have this dance?
I'm glad you've come, Dennis. I thought for a minute you weren't going to be able to make it.
Oh, you know what these gaffers are like, don't you? You know.
I'm sorry.
Quite all right. The more you do, the more they want. I'm a sort of his right-hand man, you know. He leans on me quite a bit.
Thinks a lot of you, does he?
Smashing, haven't you here?
How did your exams go today?
Oh, I
talk about exams.
Phone call for you, lad.
Oh, for me? Oh, I wonder whom that could be.
It's Miss Nugent. Didn't say what she wanted, though.
Nugent, whatever can it be? I'd better go down and see. It won't take me a minute.
It's all right, I'll get it, Dennis.
Oh, no, I can easily go downstairs.
Well, I want to go downstairs anyway. And if it is Miss Nugent, it can't be anything important.
Oh, wait, you haven't met Roger, have you, Mr. Petty?
Oh, no. How do you do, Roger?
Yes, sir. Dad.
Ah, good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well?
Wrong number.
Oh.
You should have seen our Dennis's face when Sandra brought that paper in. You should have seen his face.
Dead sick, was he?
You bet.
Oh, I don't know. She's not a bad-looking Judy. What do you say, Stan?
Huh? Do you think it'll come of it, Elsie?
What? Sandra and Dennis? Not a chance, no.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure.
No, neither would I. When a girl gets her eye on a fella, domino, finish.
That isn't what I meant, Len.
Yeah, what's up with your face?
No. You see, even this little darling here doesn't know, but sooner or later she's gonna cop for me, isn't that right?
Oh, yes. Well, let's have a drink first and think about the other later.
I think Dennis might look as if he's enjoying himself, even if he isn't.
He's making it rather obvious, isn't he?
Of course, parties change when you get older, don't they? I mean, when you're 16, you want more than just sitting around playing kids' games.
Yeah, perhaps we should do something.
Yeah, well, think of something then.
Yeah, well, such as?
I don't know, I mean, I'm sure you can think of something.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm sure I can.
I know something we can do.
Oh.
It's a game we can all play. You play it in pairs, and each one has to blow a ping-pong ball across the floor and into a bowl of water. And the first one that gets the bowl into the water wins.
How exciting.
It's no good.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's live it up, you know, ping-pong balls, why not? Well, actually, I've got a better idea. Now, why don't we all do a turn? We'll entertain each other.
You what?
Hey, smashing!
You're joking.
Well, what's the matter with you? We're all standing here like yo-yos. It's supposed to be a party, you know.
Well, I could recite a poem.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I was thinking of, but it'll do for a start. Right, who's first?
You are.
Right. Put a record on, David.
Okay. What you gonna do?
I'm going to mine.
Which record do you want?
Oh, I don't know. What have you got in your hand?
You're My World.
Oh, that'll do.
Right, stand by for blasting. This'll be a riot.
Are you ready?
Right, let her go.
You're my word, your every prayer I take. You're my word, your every move I make. Other eyes see the stars up in the skies, but for me they shine within your eyes as the trees reach for the sun above. So my arms reach out to you for love. With your hand resting in
You didn't think I'd do it, did you?
Oh, it wasn't bad.
Okay, you do better. It's your turn now.
Hey.
And how's this for double tuck then?
Oh, you're suffering, man, you're suffering.
Come on, you're on.
Stop this catching.
What about chucking for? Double tuck, come on.
Oh, now.
Here we go, then.
Oh, me,
What's up with you? I can't do outright.
You know what it is, don't you? You
I
know
do.
what's up.
I do. I know the cure and all. Jack, give us 10 fags. Coward!
Indeed. I knew it couldn't last. It never does. Here, have one of these.
Well, it's no good chucking them up straight away, is it? You want to do it gradual, you know.
Honestly, I wish I could have found that photo, though, really.
Yeah, well, Nebraska's a pretty big place, Elsie.
Oh, but you might have seen somebody on the photo that you know. I mean, this could happen to anybody. It does happen.
I suppose it is possible.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mrs. Sharple's not with you, then?
No, Minnie left, and then I thought she wanted to be on her own, you know.
Well, that's a very nice thought, but I'm afraid you're wrong. I'm sure Mrs. Tanner would agree with me that Mrs. Sharples is the last person in the world to get sentimental about anything.